I spit in the face of people who don't want to be cool, but you're here, you're cool. God, I'm sorry, these apples take longer to chew than I thought. This is my second take at the start of this intro, but we're here now. Want to predict this pay-per-view? Let's predict this pay-per-view, ladies and gentlemen. WrestleMania 31. It's a little show taking place this Sunday, Levi Stadium, Santa Clara, California. Most of the people that I know through Twitter or YouTube either left today, left yesterday, and then some others went Tuesday for some reason. Others are going tomorrow. I had an opportunity to go to this show. It did come up. I just didn't have the money because of the Rumble and what happened in Philadelphia. It kind of ran up, so I basically said if I go to the trip, it's gonna break. I'm gonna be broke. I just didn't have the financial resources to do it. So yeah. But let's not talk about where we can talk about where I'm sitting. I'll be watching it on the network. I'll be in my basement with some friends having a good time, and I will see you in Brooklyn at SummerSlam. So, just quick little things. Let's get into these predictions right away. First off, we have the kickoff of 2 hours where I'm probably not even going to pay attention until the match happens, because all it is people sitting there talking, doing their own shtick. Like, well, why do I want to listen to Corey Graves for a talk for an hour and a half? Like, when you're there live, it's like whatever. He's like Corey Graves, Corey Graves. But when you're on TV, you're just like, why? Why? But now they kind of know where they're dealing with. They kind of know, okay, this is what we got to do. It's Mania. But all in all being through and true, the kickoff has a tag team match between Los Matadores, New Day, Usos, Kid and Cesaro. This is a match I'm kind of pissed off about that they didn't put on to the actual show itself, because it has the opportunity, hey, fill some gaps instead of doing a stupid backstage segment, or even instead of doing that whole performance thing with Kidding, Skylar Gray, and Travis Barker. I'm looking forward to the show performance, but hey, sometimes concerts at Mania, it kind of can, like, they're just, they're looking to fill time, they're looking to kill time. But no, so it's on the pre-show anyway. I'll be tuned into it, and with that being said, it's WrestleMania. The Fatal 4-Way Tag match, exact same shtick as last year. I don't expect much different from it. I just expect a solid match, a few good high spots, a few good low, some like high spots, maybe a couple of botches here and there because it's Matadors after all. And Fernando's not, well, Fernando was doing the Rumble. He's not doing it now. But I'm going to go with Kid and Cesaro retaining because of the fact they won at Fastlane. If the Usos had won at Fastlane, I'd be giving the victory to Kid and Cesaro now, but Kid and Cesaro to win the titles. Now they're just going to retain the titles because New Day, no one really likes them. Los Matadores, it's the same thing. They're basically the tag team that, okay, no one else is being used in the tag team division right now. Put them in the match. That's why Los Matadores have been getting so pushed up, and they've been having the 2 WrestleMania matches in a row. It's just because they're trying to find scramble for tag teams, and besides, the Ascension died out quickly. And Kid and Cesaro and the Usos are probably the hottest thing going in the tag team division right now, so you can keep the feud up between those two guys. I'm fine with it. But final prediction being said, Kid and Cesaro for the retain. Up next, we have... Okay. Up next, we have the Andre the Giant Jobber Battle Royale, which I don't want to get into it that much because it's the Jobber Battle Royale after all, folks. It's not like this year. Last year had some meaning to it. It's like 30 years of WrestleMania, Andre the Giant, you win the trophy. It's what happened after, and the fact that this year it's like no one big is in it. It's kind of like an overkill. I feel like it's the same thing. This can go on like second, third, or fourth, and then at the end of the night, it's like, okay, it happened. Unless for some reason they can do something where they can actually elevate my predicted winner and make him a star. My predicted winner of this match, though, is the unstoppable wrecking ball of Ryback. Simple, because Ryback needs the push. Ryback's been looking strong ever since he came back in October, and no one wants to see Big Show win. Yeah, I just want to keep it sweet and simple like that. And as well, you have the NXT guys coming in. My pick is Finn Balor. I really want him to get in there, but something tells me they're going to go with Adrian Neville because rumor has it they want to get Mighty Mouse up to the main roster. Whatever happens, happens. I'm cool with it. Okay, up next we have the bathroom piss break match. Oh, sorry, Divas tag match. So I don't know why I'm calling it these things. Yeah, of the Bella twins, who for some godforsaken reason are on this card, and AJ Lee and Paige. I'm excited to see Paige on the card. AJ Lee and Paige are gonna win because, like all signs point to, when someone gets the wrong side of the stick on the go home show, they win at the pay-per-view. It's common sense, people. Up next, we've got my one of my match of the night candidates, Randy Orton versus Seth Rollins. Why? Because these two can go out there, they can work. They can work well. Kind of like what Orton was saying, because I watched the True Story of WrestleMania back on the network last night, and I remember him saying, "You're free falling." In the sense of it's just an adrenaline rush. They can go out there, and it's Seth Rollins' first ever single match at Mania, so I want to see how he can do in there, because before we saw him in those all right six-man tag matches last year. Last year's didn't even went, I think, not even 3 minutes, and the year before's was like 10 minutes was in the opener too. So by the end of the night, it was like, all right, whatever. And that's when the Shield was just getting big. Last year was when everyone loved them. This year, you got the sellout, you got the architect, you got the face of WWE. But I want to see what he can do. I want to see exactly where he can go with this. If he can go somewhere good, hey, that's fine by me. But I'm going to pick Orton to win, and I'm also going to rank this as one of my possible match of the night candidates, just for the sole reason of because these two can go out there and you know they're going to want to put on something special for the fans. Up next, we got John Cena versus Rusev in the match for the United States Championship. Rusev's unbeaten. Rusev's been looking really strong, but hey, all the good things must come to an end, and the leader of the C Nation is going to take back the title to the good old US of A. US of A, very nice. But no, with everything being said, you got to go with Cena in the long run. Basically, you got to go with the golden boy of the company. If you go with the golden boy of the company, it's simple. You can elevate the title if they want to do something I'll get into a bit later on. If you want to elevate that title, make it more prestigious instead of making it a mid-card title, making it be like 2003, 2004, where it's like, yeah, the U.S. title actually freaking matters. Give it to Johnny. Give it to John. Give it to John Cena. Give it to John Felix Anthony Cena. Don't ask me how I. Thank you, Wikipedia, for me knowing that. I'm not a weirdo. But yeah, and yeah, so short, sweet, and simple, John Cena. My second match of the night candidate, though, not Cena Rusev, the IC title ladder match, because you have all these guys who want to go out there and show out that they're the best in the world, quote, made famous by Dolph Ziggler, who is a participant in this match, because you know that there's going to be so much, like, the fact that they have the ladders with all these creative wrestlers, they can go out there and they can make something out of this. Basically, they can be told, okay, go out there, and the fact you have the ladder match too, so it's kind of like bringing back Money in the Bank, because there were so many Money in the Bank ladder matches from back in the day, like 2008, 2009, that just had some phenomenal spots. Like 2008, you had 2009, excuse me, you had Shelton Benjamin doing that backflip, the front flip off of the ladder and into the crowd of people. You can have like same sort of spots this week, spots where people are going to be like, that was awesome, that was amazing, because you know that some of the matches later on are going to slack. That's why I believe this is a WrestleMania where the undercard has to excel in order for it to make it a good show. Because if the undercard doesn't go as good as most people say it's going to go, that's when you're going to run into trouble, and that's when they're going to realize, who knows if this really was that good of a Mania. Because I feel like this is like 27 again, where 27 was Atlanta, was a throwaway, because they want to get ready for next year. And it was weird enough because I went to 20, and I'm probably going to 32, so yeah. But, yeah, my winner for this, Daniel Bryan. Why? Because you want this winning at Mania. It's best for business. Yes. Or the second. I like that fun here. Okay, now we got our three serious matches. I gotta get real serious for all of you people watching this video. That's fucking rad. First one, Bray Wyatt versus The Undertaker. We have not seen Taker since last year because it was one of those matches where I was just watching it and you're like, what? Dude, what the fuck? I remember just standing there like I still watch that match. I can't get over it. It's just like one of those things where it's like, yeah, you can get over it. It's just still the shock. It's just because they caught us so off guard. No one expected it to happen. I'm going to quote myself from last year's prediction video where I said, it's like betting against the Harlem Globetrotters. Guess what? Harlem Globetrotters lost. They've lost before. It's happened. Taker's lost. Like you just look around. Like I was watching with all my like buddies. Like Sutra did the video with last year. Couldn't be here today. And there was a couple other people we watched it with, and like TJ was one of them. And then basically, I remember TJ sprawling on the floor, shocked, and you're just sitting there like you couldn't believe what happened. That's why I believe this year, if they do have him lose, people are gonna be prepared. It's not gonna be as shocking, but I feel like it'd be more of a revolt of like, why did you bring him back? Just have him go 21-2. I believe 22-1 is what's gonna happen. And then because simple, you want to have Bray Wyatt as the face of fear, but then again, you're not gonna have Undertaker lose 2 years in a row and then have him come back next year, unless you want him to finish 22-2. And then you can do that because it all. I think basically this all depends if Taker's going to come back and perform next year in his home state of Texas. I think that's all it depends on. So if you can get him to do that, then I believe you're set. But if not, then hey, whatever happens, happens. But in reality, I gotta go with Taker. I would never. I have in all my predictions, even before I started making these videos, I've never bet against Undertaker. No, I just haven't. All right, up next we got Triple H versus Sting. This is a match that I don't know where in the show it can go. I personally don't. I It's just because you could put it on the middle, you could put it on near last, you could put it at first. It can go anywhere and it can gel well with other matches. But in all retrospect, I'm gonna be short and sweet with this. I don't expect a lot from this match because it's been poorly hyped. Out of all the Mania matches, I feel like Cena Rusev has had more hype than Triple H Sting because they had the one talking promo this last Monday with Stephanie. You had the Confrontation Survivor Series, Fastlane, and then the one before, even before the Royal Rumble. You've only had them in the ring a few times together. Meanwhile, Cena and Rusev, you had them in the ring more, so that's why it's like, yeah, I'm honestly more excited for Cena Rusev than Triple H versus Sting. But in the long run, I'm gonna go with Sting just because he's back. It's his first match in WWE. Triple H is a part-time wrestler he jobbed last year. I'm not saying he's gonna job this year, but I'm not saying he's gonna win. So you have that. But over and all, I just expect them to go out there and put the final product on because this is a match you're only going to see once, people. I don't think you're going to see it again. Maybe you'll see a rematch at SummerSlam or something. Fingers crossed, because I'd love to see Stinger inside WWE live, because the only time I saw him live was at the WWE Confidential panel last summer in Los Angeles. Yeah. Now on to the match that no one gives a fuck about. Excuse me, the main event. You got Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar. I just did the boo for Roman Reigns because I was part of the Philly crowd, so it's kind of like I contributed to all of it because we know it's so predictable. This was a match that I had set in stone of what I thought was going to happen until ESPN broke the story and had Brock Lesnar on Tuesday, and it was like, okay, Brock resigned. Brock's coming back. So now it kind of threw a monkey ball. I'm like, what the fuck are they going to do? Because Brock I heard resigned Monday night after Monday night in Los Angeles. So the one thing they can do is they can have Brock win, you can have Roman win, you can have the cash out. Personally, I feel like Seth Rollins, what they can do, one of two things with Seth Rollins: cash out, cash in, cash out, whatever. You can have him either cash in at Mania or the night after, or keep it till Money in the Bank and then he wins it again. So you don't know when he's going to cash in. So it's like, okay, he gives it up, he goes back into the ladder match, wins the contract again. Yeah. But I want to go with something cool with my predictions, but I know WWE. I know WWE logic. I'm not stupid. I'm not an idiot. So I figure that they're going to go with the obvious. I don't think you're going to see a Reigns heel turn, a Lesnar face turn, which would be completely stupid. You're going to see Roman Reigns win cleanly off of a spear, which will lead to either a rematch with Lesnar in Extreme Rules or the night after Raw, or a cash-in happens. Something happens afterwards. But I feel like that if people are expecting it to happen at Mania, it won't happen at Mania. They'll wait for him to cash in. But I know WWE far too well to know that they're going to do this without doing a clean win. They're going to do a clean win for Reigns because it makes the most sense. It pains me to say it. Like, it's not like, oh yeah, Roman Reigns, you're awesome. No, it's Roman Reigns. You're being given the push way too early in your career. You should have waited at least another year and you don't even think about giving him a push like this. But then otherwise, it's kind of like, we're going to do Rusev versus Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. Doesn't make sense. But then think about it. Roman Reigns went in 1 year, one simple little year, from almost winning the Royal Rumble and being praised for giving one of the best efforts in a Royal Rumble performance to last year's where he had The Rock help him. To this year, Rock helped him out. He threw Rusev out, and we all booed in Philly. That's all I gotta say. But it's WrestleMania, baby. It's only three. I count it. Three. I count it. 1, 2, 3. Ding, ding, ding. Days away. Now it's kind of that point where it's kind of like it's like WrestleMania week. Monday you're pumped because it's like going for Raw. Like you get into it. Tuesday and Wednesday kind of calm down. Today's the day where you kind of start to think like it's close. Like this time of year, it always creeps up on you. It's like a holiday. It's like a birthday. It's kind of like that countdown. Then it happens, and then it's like start down. Okay, yay, let's count down to next year. But with WrestleMania and all in all, it's like watching the Super Bowl. You just expect the best out of it. Except this year's Super Bowl had a little bit more to offer because, well, go look at other videos. So it doesn't take a monkey. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out. The monkey can figure it out. But over and all in all, I just want this Mania not to suck. That's all I ask. At least if you have these matches, have at least 2 or 3 that you will remember. Like last year, there was a few matches you'll remember. All in all, though, we'll see what happens. We're almost 72 hours away from the big show. About 76 hours, actually. It's 3 o'clock right now. I might do another one of these videos, like another Mania rundown video quickly. Just plans and stuff, because unless, say, if TJ wants to do something, I will go on with him again. But this is my predictions. You heard it from me first. So basically, if I do another prediction video with him, it would be his thoughts, but I would just put my feed into it, so I'd let him talk more. So WrestleMania, yeah. If you want another video, do there. Subscribe to me because I don't have many subscribers, but my views are going up. So if you do watch me, subscribe to me. If you watch me and don't subscribe, you can get the fuck out, and I'll see you when I see you.